Well, another night, another argument with the apprentice, and another broken thing. It's a keyboard. And despite telling her for the past 9 years, do not yank on cables, she yanks on cables and has broken the conductors in here. So, we're going to pull this apart and try and fix it. And this is no longer my Raspberry Pi test keyboard. I will peel this tape off in a minute. But this style of keyboard I really like. They're only really cheap, but I can't seem to find them anymore. I can only find like the improvised laptop keyboards, the really thin, shallow ones. So this is always my test keyboard. So let's get it apart and see what we can do for it. Okay, a pile of screws later, and we're in the back, and we have marked all the long and short screws. Looks like there's only 2 long screws in here, the rest are all shorts. Now we can begin to separate the shells with a spudger. We had indeed missed a screw. The fabled warranty void if removed screw. That should make life a little easier. Alright, pretty typical membrane keyboard, and no plug-in connector, just connections straight here on the edge of the board. So these are the ones we want. They're 2 grounds and just standard USB and a ferrite core there. With luck, I can take the strain relief here, chop the cable about there, just shorten it up a little bit and reattach. Okay, that's where our cable was. It's likely that our cable breaks somewhere in here. We'll come back about there. Take about that much off. Now we'll take a photo, remember our color coding, and come back to it. Yeah, we want these out. So we're going to take our ferrite core off. We'll keep that in here. Left them for the colors, and throw away our broken bit of cable, and we'll strip this and prepare to tin the ends. Now, this is a rare case where a cheap keyboard did something right. That second ground was actually for the shielding, so we will join them together when we put them on. Now from here we're going to need solder. While our soldering iron warms up, we're going to focus on stripping the ends of these cables just with the back of a set of flush cutters and a bit of gentle persuasion. That's why sharp flush cutters are handy. The extraction is this vent here, and we pull that over and we go fan out on the desk. And our soldering iron's at about 330, pretty close to being right. Okay, wire tinning time. Give our iron a bit of a clean. Tin all 4 of these. Okay, we need to remember the color code red, black, green, white. So actually what we might just do is rip the red and the black off, start with those 2, and then work the rest out as we go. Now I did take the liberty of trimming the excess off these just a little bit, and I think I'm going to need some tweezers tonight to get things right here. Now the black ones, these are Teflon coated wires or something, they do misbehave a little bit. There we go. Now we need green and white. Rip our green and our white off. And we'll do a continuity test across them before we put things back in service. Yep, this is very stiff Teflon coated wire. These tweezers are not gripping it the way I'd hoped they would. Alright. Let's come around here, give it a bit of a bend to help it conform. Alright, there we go. Okay, that should be good. Let's get our tester out. Actually, now that I'm looking this close up, might just see if we can trim these ends a little bit. It's probably quite fine. We don't want to dislodge this too much, and I think we've already lost one of the rubber pads out of here, which will make this keyboard useless. Test probes here. So let's test here. Okay, that's good. No shorts. And push you back in. Strain reliefs can sometimes be the difficult part of the whole job. Yes, this cable does not want to train properly. Let's lift it off that board there, give it a good fold under, and give it a zigzag. That should hopefully sit where we want things. Yeah, we should hear a little ding ding, the keyboard's working. That's good. And we see down here, our numlock lights come on. And so if we hit numlock on and off on the other keyboard, they come together in unison, so it works. Put it back on. Two rubber bits that are important go in these slots up here, because they push these whole membrane pad contacts onto that board there. And so let's reassemble here. Okay, all our screws are in, and this is for the record, this is an IROX model KR-6220G. So let's flip this up the correct way, fold our legs down, plug in and see if we can type on it. Right, sadly, nothing on the keyboard works. Could be that the pads in here are not lining up properly. So that could be an issue. That's probably about the only thing that's wrong with it. We'll do these two long screws up a bit more tight. And see, can the numlock and everything work? Okay, well I have to pull this apart again and start again, but... Okay, so we'll let this keyboard sit for a couple of days, and I've opened it up and realised that I got one of the contacts on the wrong side of the board. So I've got to flip that up on top. We'll find out how that works in a minute. Alright, with the help of a pair of tweezers, I've got it on top there, and it looks like the bottom layer connects to the top layer here, and then the top layer connects onto the board there. It's only a single layered board. That would certainly stop the connections being made. We're going to put the back on and just put these 3 screws in and see if it works. Alright, let's see how we go here. Plug you in. Have a look over here, see what happens. Can we get numlock working and caps lock? The lights are flashing on and off. Okay, let's put the rest of the screws in. Okay, all the screws are back in. We'll give it a quick test. I've got a notepad up here and go the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And it looks like it's all come through good. So I think we're fixed. See you in the next one.